Hello everyone, Kilbrax here. Today we'll be looking at some of Magnamalo's moves. I was having fun fighting him in the demo, and I thought I'd just make a quick video about some of his most punishable moves and how to deal with them. The first moves we'll look at are his claw slams. I find that these are common, as well as they have a lot of end lag, which will allow you to use your best wire bug moves to punish. He has two versions of his moves, one where his arms are in Hellfire mode and one when they are not, and they're both extremely punishable. If it is not in Hellfire mode, his hitbox isn't very big and you should be able to dash in quickly for a punish. You can also more easily iframe this when it's not enraged. This will only be one claw slam when it's not enraged though. Now if his arms are in Hellfire mode, he does two hits instead of one, and I don't recommend trying to iframe this because his Hellfire claw slams are technically two moves at this point. One where his slam hits the ground and the explosion after. Either way, you're going to get hit by one of them and they can easily kill you. What you should try and do instead is run or try and position yourself toward where his first slam landed after he lifts his arm up. His next slam will be on his other arm and he can't cross his body that much, so when he lands his second hit, his other arm will be stationary and ready for you to hit it basically. Now this move is deadly, but I do find he does do this move a lot, and while the slams themselves are deadly, it's far more beneficial to have them there just because after the claw slams he is so vulnerable to attacks. Magnamalo also has these lunging tail stabs that he likes to do. These appear scary and they deserve your respect. They can kill you quite efficiently, but they're very punishable and very telegraphed. You'll see in this clip that as soon as I see him coming at me with his animation that indicates he's going to do this lunging tail stab, I start running towards him because I know at this angle this move won't land, and as soon as I drift towards his head I can spend this time closing the distance and getting ready to wire bug attack his head. So to reiterate, while this move is deadly, if you're out in open space and you should be able to see this move coming and you should be able to get your hard hitting attacks in. Next we'll go over some of his purple dust attacks. This is where he'll spray purple dust and it will explode after a few seconds. He has a couple moves that do this, and this will be key for hitting him as many times as possible, as this move aims to punish defensive players. His main purple dust attack enshrouds purple dust around his body around 6 to 10 yards away from the player as he stands on 2 feet for a couple of seconds. Here you have a couple of options because you can either attack his hind legs and get free damage, or begin to line yourself up to punish him when he lands on his legs again. While the hind legs are an easy target, and maybe in the future in the actual game they'll be just fine to hit, for now if you're trying to beat this demo, you'll definitely want to wait for him to land so you can punish him on his head or his forelegs. If you're already next to him, don't run away when you see this move. You can even drink a potion next to his body if you have to. This is a great, don't play defensive. This is a great move to punish. Go after this when he does this. His other purple dust attack I find very easy to avoid, but it doesn't have much end lag, so this is one where you're gonna have to punish it during its animation. This is the purple dust attack that he does, that he seemingly shoots it from his tail. First of all, from what I can tell, his tail isn't a hitbox, or he won't hit you with his tail even though it moves around and it glows in purple. So you don't have to be afraid of that at all. But yeah, secondly, you can line yourself up to hit his head or his tail as they'll be kind of curled together. That'll be up to you, but yes, when you see this move, it might not have a lot of end lag, but during this animation, you should be thinking to attack it. His tail slams, while seemingly flexible, if avoided, can provide a window to punish. While not great, you should try and take advantage of this. As you can see here, his tail slam always causes his tail to get stuck in the ground where he has to shimmy it out. This is your window. After his tail is out, he'll get right back to attacking, so be wary, but while his tail is stuck in the ground, you can hit him. Now for a quick note on what I'm calling the charge tail shot. These charge tail shots, while fast when they happen and can be deadly, also can be avoided by running or dashing horizontally, and will give you a chance to hit them afterwards. This move is often a one-hit kill and typically only get prompted when your distance a ways from him anyways. If you have an extra wire bug, you can try and close the distance to guarantee your punish. Now for a couple moves you should watch out for. He does this ground swipe attack that is actually kind of crazy hard to deal with. It can kill you fairly quickly, and you can't really iframe it when its Hellfire is active. When its Hellfire is active, it's 2 hits. Dashing in, backwards, or to either side can be a little tricky. There isn't much end lag to this move either, so it's not super punishable. This move could be dependent upon your position. If you're close to where the slam would end, you can spam evading forward into its body, and then go backwards and hit its arm. If you're in the middle of the attack, I'd say your best bet is to try spamming evading backwards. And if you're at the start of the move, you can try evading towards where the move landed. Either way, I would find it better to spam evade rather than try and use iframes. Either way, the sooner you identify this move is the better, and evading backwards once or twice will usually do the trick. This move isn't super punishable, so you should definitely watch out for it. It's not as deadly if his arms aren't in Hellfire mode, but it can still kill you. Now finally, for a Supernova, any part of it should kill you. So yeah, this actually does have end lag, so you can go after it afterwards. But during the attack, he'll typically run at you first and then pivot, run at you again, or if he can at a palico. And then this is where he jumps and he'll dive at you and try and kill you. I found Superman diving to be the safest way to deal with this. Just make sure you run and dive his attacks correctly. If you dive during the first part of the attack, you should be able to get up and do it again. Just in time for the actual Nova part of his move itself. Some angles I've avoided this move just by running. You could try that. Running behind mountains and such help. But don't let your guard down, because it's happened to me more than a few times where he's flown past a mountain to kill me, which is pure bull. Well, anyhow, that's it for my video. I didn't get to every move that Magnamalo has. I just wanted this to be short. But I believe if you put an emphasis on the moves that I pointed out and punishing those moves specifically, especially with your wire bug attacks, whatever they are, you'll have a much better chance of beating them. So, alright, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.